Just to very clearly align everyone on precisely what we mean by identity theft, let's start with a quick definition. And the real key here is the deliberate use of someone else's identity. We say identity theft, but of course the victim still has their identity. It's just that an attacker is also using attributes such as their name and other pieces of their personal information, usually to gain a financial advantage. So the canonical example of identity theft is the attacker might take out a loan or a credit card on behalf of the victim. So think about the sorts of information that you would need to give a financial institute in order to get a loan. That sort of information is what the social engineer is after, because that is going to allow them to assume their victim's identity and gain that financial advantage. Now, there are many different ways that identity theft happens, at many different levels of severity as well. But let's look at some of the raw numbers in terms of just how prevalent this social engineering attack is. 17.6 million people falling victim to identity theft in 2014. And that's just in the US. The global figure is many, many times higher than that. That is a staggeringly high number. And it's a number that's only increasing over time as we have more and more avenues where our identities can be obtained from. We'll look at some of those as we progress through this module. Now, as high as this number is, here's an even bigger number. Almost $25 billion. That's the financial losses that just US citizens suffered due to identity theft, and that's back in 2012 as well. That was the latest statistic I could find. This one from the US Department of Justice. So inevitably, over time, this number has grown somewhat, and unfortunately, it will only continue to grow as well as identity theft becomes more prevalent. Plus, of course, this is just a US number. Globally, and years on from this number, we're undoubtedly looking at the hundreds of billions of dollars of cost due to identity theft. Now, these numbers are obviously very high on the aggregate level, but down at the individual level, many victims of identity theft don't even know where the attacker got their info from. There are so many different avenues by which someone's identity can be compromised that very often we simply don't even know where the attacker got the identity from. Have a think about some of the sources that we've looked at already throughout this course. Data breaches, dumpster diving, shoulder surfing or eavesdropping. All of these channels are potential vectors by which attackers can gain enough information to steal a victim's identity. And that's not even to mention attack vectors such as malware, malicious software running on the victim's computer, stealing things like passwords or banking information as they enter them into websites. It's no wonder when our information is exposed in so many different places that victims of identity theft simply have no idea how it happened. Now, to compound the problem even further, identity data is very often purchased and traded. And I want to go and show you exactly how that happens on a real live underground marketplace right now.